Hey guys, Jim Welch here, Taylor Kia of Findlay, and once again for our Coaches Chronicles. Today our guest is Riverdale High School football coach Stefan Adams. Stefan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
So, wanted to go over a few things with you and give you a chance and an opportunity to talk a little bit about your guys' season.
Absolutely.
I've seen what I've read and everything. It was a pretty successful year for you guys. It was also your first year.
First year.
At Riverdale.
Yep.
But not necessarily your first year coaching.
Correct.
So we can kind of go through that a little bit. So you're born in Pennsylvania, correct?
Correct. Born in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, a little suburb outside of Philadelphia. Not too far from my hometown, which is Westchester, Pennsylvania, which is where I lived for all my life until I moved to Ohio.
Yep. And then from there, that took you to Bloomsburg University, where you ended up playing football, correct?
Correct. Yep. I was lucky enough to get a scholarship at Bloomsburg University. Was played for 4 years at a Division II college at a high level, and enjoyed every moment of it. Learned a lot.
That's awesome. Then, if I understand correctly, you have a pretty unique path of how you found your way from Pennsylvania to Ohio, don't you?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. To be completely honest, I was doing some searching around after grad school because I actually went back to Pennsylvania, then went back to Bloomsburg to finish my graduate degree. So I was a GA at Bloomsburg, and then really was just looking for a job, a coaching job anywhere. And I had a friend of mine, and we were talking at the time, and she actually got a job at Tiffin. I was just looking for somewhere to go. We're driving around Findlay a little bit, and I came across the University of Findlay, and basically the coaches at Findlay, Coach Keys, Thomas Howard, who is now in North Carolina A&T, they both coached at Slippery Rock.
Okay.
So I said, hey, why don't I just give them a call and see what happens, and end up landing out here in Findlay. So definitely a unique way, and but definitely excited to be in Findlay.
That's awesome. And then you spent, the way I understand, you spent 3 years as an assistant at the University of Findlay?
Yeah, so a total of 3 years at the University of Findlay. Learned a lot from those guys. It was a completely different philosophy. Offensively, from what I was used to learning from a program standpoint, completely different. So definitely a good experience, and really opened my eyes up a lot.
Great. Then you got some time with Coach Fritzl here at Findlay High School.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I understand one of your biggest goals in life is you always wanted to have your own, or the opportunity to coach your own high school team, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then your first opportunity came when your high school alma mater called?
Correct, yep. My high school alma mater called, and it was a great opportunity to go back, and it was a childhood dream, be the high school head football coach, or where you attended, I was the water boy there. I mean, I was a warrior thick and through, and it was an opportunity that I couldn't quite pass up.
Sure. And then there was somebody here, though, that basically you've been working with before, Kristen Miller, who became the principal at Glenwood.
Correct.
That made a phone call, and what was it that, from 1 year going back to your high school and coaching, what is it that Krista got you to come back to Findlay?
Yeah, we obviously stayed in touch. I really didn't necessarily have a pressing reason to leave other than really coaching football at my alma mater. And although that was inviting and I went back and it was great for the year, I really created some strong roots here. And the mission and the vision that I have as far as education goes, Kristen Miller and I we see eye to eye on everything. And I felt like when it comes to making a difference, she called and there was an opportunity, and I just felt like my roots were here. Although my life growing up was in Pennsylvania, and at my former high school, and being a head coach was great, there's a higher purpose sometimes in life, and that was being a part of the Findlay City school system.
That's great. We find different reasons why people come to Findlay. A lot of times they're transferred because of Marathon or Cooper or one of the big companies in town, or you grew up around here like I did.
Yep.
That's the reason why you're here. There's not a lot of different stories, and when we find a different story as to what brought somebody here, it's pretty cool. And it's nice to let everybody know. In your counseling, you're the counselor at Glenwood.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
As well as being the head coach at Riverdale, so you're actually working 2 different school systems all the time. And you have a pretty unique way of counseling, I understand. You guys kind of call like a triage of counseling with you and a couple with the principal. And
yeah, we're a team. I mean, there's a lot of approaches to counseling and how we do it, but I feel like being on a team for years, coaching it, wherever I've been, I've tried to take that same mentality and that same approach. And we really truly work together, whether it's teachers, the principals. I mean, we don't see ourselves as authoritarians over other people or dictators. We're just coaches. We're helpers, and we all work together for the common good of the kids. That's what it's all about.
That's good. That's pretty cool. And I thought that the way I read that, and then I was learning a little bit more about you. So your guys' season, 2020 season. I mean, how was it? I mean, how were the cats? You guys, obviously everything got screwed up because of COVID.
Absolutely.
And made things really hard on everybody. But again, I've been reading the Riverdale High School has gone from like a 1-9 season to a 4-6 season to 5-5, 5-5. They were 6-4, I think, last year.
Correct.
All right, and then you guys had your season this year, made the playoffs again this year.
Yep.
But that was the first time since 2008.
Correct.
So the first time since 2008 that you guys made the playoffs. So give it a brief overview of how your guys' season went and the atmosphere that the kids there. That'd be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it was a great season. It was, what a wonderful time, and to be a leader. When it comes to being, you said like I want to run my own program, definitely a desire of mine. But at that moment, I was at Findlay coaching, planned on being with Matt Pease and really kind of helping things there. I just felt at the time when Riverdale opened up, what a phenomenal time to be a leader. And I didn't want to be a person who ran from leadership. Hey, I know who I am, I know what I'm about. I wanted to run straight to it, especially not just with football. Think about what's going on in the landscape of our world right now. I wanted to be a beacon of light for a program and for people. That's what I've always dreamed about. So we got there. We were able to be 4-4 this year. Got an 8-game schedule in, and we had 2 games to play, but we were just pretty banged up towards the end of the season, and felt it was good to kind of shut it down at that point in time. But the kids responded well. New coaches, new faces during COVID. There was so much adversity this year. But I kept telling and stressing to the kids that adversity is good. How you respond to the adversity is good. And overall, it was a pretty successful in my eyes. I don't care how you get through it or how we got through it. It was pretty successful just being able to get 8 games in. So for that, we're very thankful. But I know the kids are very, very hungry for more. And I'm really looking forward to our off season, which is about to truly kick off here next week.
That's great. I was talking to Coach Pease yesterday.
Yeah.
You had mentioned him a few minutes ago. And he had been mentioning that COVID obviously cut their season a little bit shorter. They only got to play 5 games, unfortunately, because we had to sit out 2. And a lot of the kids, it was the right thing. He said the same thing. It was the right decision at the end of that playoff game when it was done to go ahead and let the kids move on. They get the taste in their mouth, and the younger kids, the freshman class, 8th grade class, the sophomore class, the junior class, they're all got great numbers in them and stuff. So where are you guys sitting at right now with your younger kids and stuff?
Yeah.
Guys,
we're super excited about what we have. I think right now, as the season was over, entering into next year, we're at a smaller school. We have 40 kids signed up to play football. For us, that is great. The excitement is there too. I think the kids that are younger got a lot of playing time last year because we didn't have a lot of parts, a lot of moving parts, and so a lot of experience was had by a lot of those young guys. And it only, I think, for them, and what I feel from our energy, having our exit meetings, guys are super excited to get back out there. We want to be 10 strong per class at a small school like Riverdale. And then we say we can be 10 per class and then start getting some of that excitement and get some of those extra kids in. We start getting to 50, start getting to 60. And that's really good for a school of that size. So we're super excited. The kids are super excited. We just want to get back to work.
That's great, and I understand you guys' next big event will be coming up here in about 16 days, which is my
wedding's coming up.
Yeah.
That's the biggest of them all, so super excited about that. We've actually, the funny thing about this all is we had to make a decision. Do we get married before football season or after? Because it couldn't be in between, because how dare I say, I'm not coming to the rehearsal day. So therefore, I was told the boss didn't want to be getting changed and having to go through all the stuff in the summertime. So we actually pushed it to Thanksgiving holiday, which we thought was a good time with our families. I work in a school system, get a good week of break and so forth. But nonetheless, no matter what happens, I'm super excited. Super excited.
So, real quick question, and we'll wrap up here a little bit. What is it that you see that the community in Riverdale and local community here, and how can we help you as a community to get your football program to continue moving forward?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think just, being at a place like Riverdale, it's amazing. And when I say this, I mean this just as in, we're being in Findlay, Riverdale's 15-20 minutes away. There is a difference between how communities kind of move around and what the landscape of the demographics are there. We had a meeting with our kids, and I asked our kids, what do you guys want? What do you need me to do? What do you want from me to bring to this program, and how can I make it the best it can possibly be? And a lot of the kids there just mentioned how it was important for them just to feel like they have an opportunity to go play sports or seek a higher level at college. they didn't really see college or a lot of things after or post-secondary options as an option. So any leaders, anybody in Hancock County, any people that are Riverdale alum, come connect with me, come connect with our school, come connect with our programs. The more I think our kids are seeing people who are out there doing it at all levels. I'm not talking about just college level and graduating and going to get a job, but more, if you're working some of those basic trade jobs, our kids need to see that kind of success. So come be a part of it. I'm an open book. I don't hide my program. I don't hide things from anybody. So just reach out. I love working with people from the community, and I think it'd be very beneficial for our kids there to be able to see some of their own and also some other people who are doing some great things in Hancock County.
Yeah, it's always good to have some of the alumni stuff come
Absolutely.
back and help out with the younger kids and stuff. Now, on the side note here, Glenwood, obviously, you're the counselor here at Glenwood, which is just right around the corner across the school here in Findlay. What programs and stuff are we still able to get going over there, even though COVID is basically almost eliminating a lot of the stuff that you can do? What programs do you see us being able to help you with, or anybody being able to help you with that you'd like to get out there today?
Yeah, I think right now, we're kind of limited to, unfortunately, those sports programs, sanctioned by OSHA. A lot of the extracurricular activities I think people are a little apprehensive to do right now. But I will say, we have a Turkeys for Trojans program coming up, November 23rd, where we're going to be driving around and dropping off Thanksgiving meals for families for the Thanksgiving week in need. So those are some of the big things. We can even look down the line for Christmas. We have Coach for Christmas coming in, donations and so forth with coats that you may not use or have. And also, just anytime we get food drives, anything, food for families who just don't know where the next meal's coming from, I think any school will take a donation there. But as we start to expand back out and get back to some sense of normalcy, just come be mentors to some of these kids. You wouldn't believe it, being on the north side of town, how some students did not even know where Donnell Field was. And these are middle school kids. These are definitely, when I was at Jacobs for a couple of years, those kids, parents don't even know where Donnell is, and they've been in Findlay all their life. We need to get what's out in Findlay, it's a phenomenal place, out to a lot of these families, because just don't know if you don't know. So
having you here obviously is really great, and continuing success to both you and your program.
I appreciate it.
Also while you're at Glenwood, and anything that we can do as a community, not only for the people that we're going to push this out to, hopefully we're getting the word out, and they will reach out to you and Glenwood, and even the Riverdale community reaching out to your football program.
I greatly appreciate it. This is exposure, so I think that helps, number one, for the program as well, but obviously any exposure we can give our kids and continue to enhance our kids and their futures here in our area, I'm all for it.
There you go, fans. That's our wrap up for today with head coach from Riverdale High School, Stefan Adams.